Alright, so in this problem, I have 10 to the power of 20 over 20 to the power of 10. So, to solve this, I'm going to first start by rewriting 20 here as 10 times 2. So, I have 10 to the power of 20 over 20 to the power of 10, and this is the same thing as 10 to the power of 20 over 2 times 10 to the power of 10. Now, if I have something in the form a times b to the power of m, this is equal to a to the power of m times b to the power of m. So 2 times 10 to the power of 10, that's the same thing as 2 to the power of 10 times 10 to the power of 10. Now, I can rewrite this as 1 over 2 to the power of 10 times 10 to the power of 20 over 10 to the power of 10. Now, if I have something in the form a to the power of m over a to the power of n, this is the same thing as a to the power of m minus n. So 10 to the power of 20 over 10 to the power of 10, that's going to equal 10 to the power of 20 minus 10, which is the same thing as 10 to the power of 10. Now, this is the same thing as 10 to the power of 10 over 2 to the power of 10. So if I have something in the form a to the power of m over b to the power of m, this is the same thing as a over b to the power of m. So 10 to the power of 10 over 2 to the power of 10, that's going to equal 10 over 2 to the power of 10, which is the same thing as 5 to the power of 10. So 5 to the power of 10 is my answer. Alright, so I have 2 to the power of 20 minus 4. So what I'm first going to do is I'm going to rewrite 2 to the power of 20 as 2 to the power of 10 times 2. So now I have 2 to the power of 10 times 2 minus 4. Now, if I have something in the form a to the power of m times n, this is the same thing as a to the power of m to the power of n. So 2 to the power of 10 times 2, that's going to equal 2 to the power of 10 to the power of 2. Now I have this minus 4. Now 2 to the power of 10, that's going to be 1024. So now I have 1024 to the power of 2 minus 4. Now 1024, I can rewrite this as 1000 plus 24. So now I have 1000 plus 24 to the power of 2 minus 4. Now, if I have something in the form a plus b squared, this is equal to a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. So in this case, a is 1000 and b is 24. So this is going to equal 1000 squared plus 2 times 1000 times 24 plus 24 squared. Now I have this minus 4. Now 1000 squared, that's the same thing as 1 million. Now I have 2 times 1000, which is 2000, and 2000 times 24, that's going to be 48,000. Now I have this plus 24 squared, which is 576. I have this minus 4. Now 1 million plus 48,000 is 1,048,000. So I have this plus 570 minus 4. 570 minus 4, that's going to equal 566. So I have 1,048,000 plus 566, which is 1,048,500 and... Sorry, this isn't 570. This is actually 576. So I have 576 minus 4. So I have 1,048,500 576 minus 4 is 572. So 1,048,572. So this is my answer. Alright, so in this problem, I have x to the power of 6 minus x to the power of 3 is equal to 2. So to solve this, I'm going to first start by subtracting 2 on both sides. So now I have x to the power of 6 minus x to the power of 3 minus 2 is equal to 0. Now, I'm going to rewrite x to the power of 6 as x to the power of 3 to the power of 2. So I have x to the power of 3 to the power of 2 minus x to the power of 3 minus 2 is equal to 0. Now, if I let x to the power of 3 equal to the variable y, I'm going to have y to the power of 2 plus y minus 2 is equal to 0. Or sorry, y to the power of 3, or sorry, y to the power of 2 minus y minus 2 is equal to 0. And if I factor this, I get y minus 2 times y plus 1 is equal to 0. So this gives me two solutions. Sorry, two equations. I have y minus 2 is equal to 0, and I have y plus 1 is equal to 0. So for y minus 2 equals 0, y is equal to 2. And for y plus 1 equals 0, y equals negative 1. So now remember how we set y equal to x to the power of 3. So if y equals 2, then we have 2 is equal to x to the power of 3. Meaning x is simply equal to, I'm going to take the cube root on both sides. X is equal to the cube root of 2. So this is one solution of x. Now, if y is equal to negative 1, then I have x to the power of 3 is equal to negative 1. So now to solve this, I'm going to add 1 on both sides. So I get x to the power of 3 plus 1 is equal to 0. Now, x to the power of 3 plus 1, I can rewrite that as x plus 1 times x squared minus x plus 1 is equal to 0. So this gives me two equations. I have x plus 1 equals 0, which is simply means x is equal to negative 1, which is one solution. And I have x squared minus x plus 1 equals 0. And to solve this, I actually have to plug this in the quadratic formula, and I'm not going to waste your time doing all of that, but the two solutions I get of x are, I get x is equal to 1 plus or minus the square root of 3i over 2. So these are my four solutions to this problem.